Hi, I'm Carrie Schochet with Squirrel Advisors.
Hi, and I'm Juon, a professional EOS implementer.
So we've done a couple of videos already and talking about different topics related to EOS and different tools. And we ended our last video with a question about how to use the core values in the interview process. And this one really excites me because we at Purple Squirrel just started doing this. But I would love, Catherine, is there any other specific question or what have you seen?
Well, it's interesting to me when clients take the core values that they create in their VTO and they start infusing them in their job postings and the difference they start to see in the kinds of candidates that they see. And I bet you've seen even more examples of that in your work. So I'd love to hear more.
Yeah, so we've seen that, and we also put the core values in our position specifications, and we'll ask candidates certainly well, how do these core values resonate? Can you give us an example of a time you did, and try to point to one of their core values. But we started doing something recently where we actually made a core value video. So each member of the team talked about one of our core values. And I mean, it's nothing fancy. It is a video just like this one, kind of produced at home and no fancy equipment. It's just, authentically us. And we decided to use it in the hiring process. So once we had somebody interested or applied to our posting, which we are bringing on an intern on Monday, we're really excited. And we've got another hire in process. So once we had somebody express an interest in the role and we had some dialogue with them, then we sent the core value video and we asked them to respond back to us with a video on how they fit the core values or something that resonated with them in the core value video. And that has been an interesting kind of a test, so to speak, because there's certain candidates that haven't even taken the time to respond. And so that obviously is an easy elimination point. But it has also created some interesting discussion with the candidates so that they can really get a sense of what it feels like day to day to work at Purple Squirrel. So
there's some really neat things about what you're doing there. I mean, one, I love that it's something homegrown that you did, right? It doesn't have to be fancy because that gets in the way sometimes of creating these things. It's just for your team, have some fun with it, use it. That's where it's going to have value, right?
Right.
And another piece of it that seems so helpful in these times is that you're able to use it when you're hiring remotely. So being able to give people that feel of who you are and what it means to be part of your organization and conveying those core values that way, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's been fun and interesting to kind of see how it's impacted us. The other thing too is that, we're a recruiting firm and we follow a process with all of our clients. That's, we talk about it. And we basically said we have to run our process on ourselves. And so when we do we do morning and afternoon meetings and we go through every search we have and what stage is it at. And we started talking about our own searches. We are our own client and where are we at? What have we done? Have we followed every step that we said we were going to follow?
Eating your own dog food.
Exactly. And so that idea of doctors are the worst patients sometimes, I think we were maybe doing that to ourselves where we were shortcutting our own hires, our hiring process. And now we said, we're not going to do that. We're going to follow a process just like we do. Yeah. So that's been our experience with core values and hiring around them. And it's great when you can paint that picture for the candidates, because if they decide it doesn't resonate, you want them to exit out of the process rather than come on board and it not be a fit.
Right. So, yep. Attract and repel. That's what core values do.
Attract and repel. I love that. Well, thanks, Catherine, for talking on this topic, and we'll come back shortly with another one.